Hi. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm glad you finally made it.
Wow, this is a nice place.
Hey,
How old is the house?
well, it's about 7 years.
Yeah. And why did you pick this spot?
We discovered it sort of in the back of a real estate guy's cabinet. And he said, well, I've got one that's hadn't had any action for a long time. And I looked at it and I said, this is it. 85 acres of beautiful land, a dream come true. So,
What is it? This was what you were looking for?
yeah.
Were you looking for this area?
No, actually, I was born and raised in California, and of course that went downhill since the '60s. And I was looking for a piece of coast. I was raised on the beach there, so I was looking for a piece of coast to get back to. This is the last piece in the U.S.
Is it, yeah. Are you on the coast here? Do you have water?
Well, yes and no. We're right behind the house. It's tidal here, and of course we got the river right there, and the coast down here. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, we bought the place, and I moved up here in the winter of something or other 10 years ago, and built a little cabin. These little cabins here. This little cabin here basically has a footprint of about 3 sheets of plywood that we put together, and we lived in the cabin for about 3 years while I drug timbers off the land, and then we built this.
You did it all from the...
Barbara and I did every stick and shingle. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You have no electricity.
No, we're off.
Chosen?
Off the grid. Yes and no. It would have cost us like 10 grand to bring the power all the way in, and for 5 grand we have a solar system that gives us sort of a modified middle-class lifestyle, and so it was a no-brainer because I wanted to go that way anyway. So.
Was that 5 grand 10 years ago? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So today, with the technology where it's been going, probably 5 grand might get you even more. Or no?
Probably about the same,
Probably
actually.
the same.
The way technology's coming up, but getting more expensive. So more efficient, but more expensive. But we don't get any heating off the solar.
We don't.
However, the house is built with radiant gain in mind. Otherwise, it's oriented true south. And lots of windows in the front, and the eaves are calculated so the sun comes in the winter but doesn't come in the summer. So it makes a lot of difference. I mean, especially with the price of fossil fuels nowadays, So
I'm hearing 30, 40, maybe 50% higher.
Yeah, yeah.
Across the board, not only for oil but for gas.
Right, everything that's fossil fuel based. So we should be in. We have a little bit of propane that we use for the refrigerator and for cooking, but otherwise we pretty much depend on wood. And
do you do it all yourself? Do you get it all from your property? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have children?
Well, I've got children and grandkids in
geez.
California.
Yeah.
So.
Gosh. So they decided to stay out there instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pry them loose and trying to get the grandkids interested in this out here.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Well, like I say, we have sort of a modified middle-class lifestyle, and which means we don't have things like hair dryers and electric heating appliances, but we have lights, TV, computers, pump water, do everything.
But no toasters.
Well, things that have heating elements.
Oh, I see.
So we balance the difference with heating with wood and so on, and the orientation of the house for radiant gain. And I'm not a technician, but they get the power from the sun, ultraviolet rays, and then it goes into the house and goes into a storage battery bank. And then it goes through an inverter, and I'll show you that later. It goes through an inverter, and the house is wired normally like a regular house with 120 volts. So the inverter turns the DC power from the sun into AC power that runs all your normal things in a house. So
are these your only panels?
These are fine. Like I say, this is we're middle-class lifestyle, maybe a little bit conservative and modified. If we added 2 more panels, you know, we'd be right solidly middle-class lifestyle.
Is that right? I mean, I
So-
would think that you'd need more than this. This doesn't look like that much.
Right.
To-
Well, the thing is, you know, you can go as far as you want,
Yeah.
you know, but that sort of defeats the purpose, you know. So, yeah, they haven't changed much in
They haven't.
design or construction or theory. They're all.
Do you know anything about the kind of the way they look and why they do what they do?
I wish I could tell you.
Yeah, I know.
I can't.
See, I look at them and I go,
Yeah.
I mean, those lines in there must mean something.
Yeah, right. You can see the shadow line there
Yeah.
from the eaves. Well, that's doing about what it's supposed to. Otherwise, we're headed into winter when the sun comes down lower, and that lets the sun go straight in the windows.
Oh, right. I
In the summertime, now the sun will be up higher, and those eaves, that shadow line will go down to the bottom of the windows, which means we don't get the heating in the summer when we don't need it, but in the winter we get the radiant gain through the windows. Sun will track across the whole front of the house, and they are winged at where did I put them? 18 degrees back. So yeah, it does follow the sun. We get the morning sun in the kitchen and dining room and so on, and then the evening sun in the studios and stuff.